Okay, drum school drummer friends, it's Alan here. Hope everybody's keeping well. Right, we are in the Real Drum Fills Generator series for beginner drummers, foundation level drummers. And now we are on part 3 of when to use it. When to use the Real Drum Fills Generator. We have looked at what it is. We have looked at how to use it. Now we're going to look at when to use it. If you haven't looked at the introduction and those other two, what it is and how to use it, I would encourage you to look at those first before watching this video here, because then those other ones will explain what's going on. So, the Real Drum Fills Generator, when to use it. Let's go. And just as a little reminder, what we want to be doing whenever we're looking at these bars of rhythm is to continue to say them out loud. All right, so if we're looking at the very first bar that we looked at as an example in part 2 of the Drum Fills Generator, we had 1E and a 2E and a 3 and 4E and a. All right, so we want to get used to saying that out loud. The other thing is, which is relevant to this part 3, is that in that original example, there was 4 beats in the bar. Okay, because it's in 4/4 time, 4 crotchet beats in the bar. When we use it, when we use the Real Drum Fills Generator, we may or may not do a fill that lasts 4 beats. So there you go. I've let the cat out of the bag. When to use it? We could use a fill that lasts 4 beats, but we could also use a shorter fill than that. All right, so that's basically what we're going to be doing in this section and seeing how we can do that. But at the same time, we've got to keep remembering that we've still got to say it out loud, say the fill that we're using to keep us right. All right, so let's just back up a little bit, and before we start to move out around the kit, let's go back to the snare drum, because what we're going to do is we're going to do some examples of fills that last for the 4 beats, and then the 3 beats, 2 beats, and then the 1 beat. Okay? All right, so we're going to take that bar of rhythm, 1E and a 2E and a 3 and 4E and we're going to play our bar of rhythm on the kit. And then we're going to play that as a drum fill, but we're going to keep it in the snare drum just for now, because this is a wee bit tricky, because we're going to play fills that last 4 beats, then 3 beats, 2 beats, and then 1 beat, okay? So let's have a go, see how we get on. We're going to count it out loud each time. Keep the rhythm simple. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1E and a 2E and a 3 and 4E and a. Okay, keeping it on the snare drum. 1E and a 2E and a 3 and 4E and a. That was a 4-beat fill, okay? Let's now do a 3-beat fill, which means we're going to come in on beat 2 of the bar, isn't that right? Going to come in on beat 2, which means we've got to play some of the rhythm on the kit. But in this case, we can just simply play 1 and then 2E and then we're in with those semi-quavers. So we're coming in on beat 2 to play a 3-beat fill. Whoops. To play a 3-beat fill. Don't get confused like me there. To play a 3-beat fill. All right? In on beat 2 to play a 3-beat fill. Here we go. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2E and a 3 and 4E and a. All right? Did you hear that? 1, 2. Do it again. Beat 2. 1, 2E and a 3 and 4E and a. Okay? Let's now do it again, and we're going to come in on beat 3. We're going to come in on beat 3 to do a 2-beat drum fill. Okay? Don't get confused. Students find the 4 beats not too bad. The 2 beats not too bad as far as drum fills are concerned. They find the 3, doing the 1 and 3 and a single beat of a drum fill, wee bit tricky. But this one's not too bad, okay? So our rhythm is going to keep going until we finish beat 2, and then we're going to come in at beat 3. All right, here we go. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4 and. Okay, see where I'm going with this? Let's do that again. Coming in and beat. 3, 1, 2, 3, and 40 under. Okay, we're continuing to use that same bar because that's what we learnt in part one, what it is, and then how to use it. Sorry, in part 2, how to use the real drum fills generator. But we've got to start here to get our count right before we then start to develop it around the kit. Let's do the very last one. So we're going to come in on beat 4 just to play the last beat of the bar as a drum fill. All right? Keeping it in the snare drum. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 40 under. Let's do that again. This is a single beat drum fill. 1, 2, 3, 40 under. All right, so each one of my drum fills is going to be fairly basic. We're just going to keep each group of notes on the one drum, and I want to hear you get creative. Go back and have a watch at the other video there, how to use the drum fills generator, and then develop your own based on that. But it's more to do with getting the count right, and if this helps you, this is probably a good place to start, because you want to get the count right before you then take it to the next stage and start to get creative. Okay? All right, so here we go. Bar of rhythm and then a simple fill. And don't forget, this isn't the finished product. It's you that is going to get creative and develop far better fills than I'm playing here. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's the one that we started with. I just played the same thing again, a group of 16ths. Or semi-quavers there. There are 2 quavers here, and then the last group of semi-quavers on the floor tom. Right, so that was our 4-beat fill. And you can go back and make that an awful lot more creative than I was doing, using some of the ideas that we suggested back there in part 2 of how to use the real drum fills generator. All right, let's do a 3-beat fill. Again, I'm going to keep them very basic. It's up to you to get creative. But let's get the count right, okay? You got to get the count right, and then the creativity after that, and then those 2 things married up together would be just super. 1, 3-beat fill. 2 and a 3 and 40 and okay? One more time. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2 and a 3 and 40 and okay? 2 and a 3 and 40 and all right, so that's just again an example. Over to you. You can start to work with that using what we learned back in part 2 of the real drum fills generator. Make that an awful lot more tasty than I was playing there. Right, let's do a 2-beat fill coming in on beat 3. Here we go. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Should have counted 3 and 40 and let's do that again. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3 and 40 and okay. Again, you can make that an awful lot more tasty than I was playing it there. And let's do the last one then, where we're playing just that block of semi-quavers, and for this example I'm just going to keep it in the snare drum. But as we saw in part 2 of the drum fills generator, you can get a little bit more creative with that. But again, make sure you get the count right and then get creative. Here we go. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 40 under. Okay, or 40 and of course you could move that up there. All right, so again, letting the cat out of the bag. All right, so get creative with those, but start with the count. You got to get your count right, otherwise it all begins to unravel and you're just doing random fills. As I said to you way back at the start, we can learn how to be creative by putting in a structure. Okay, if we get a structure to the way that we practice, then we can build on that and get nice and creative with that. you can apply just what I did there to the other bar of rhythm or the bars of rhythm that you're looking at in your own snare drum book. You can apply that same idea because it takes us right back to the start of what the real drum fills generator is. All right? It's bars of rhythm like this that we are learning how to get creative with as we move around the kit. We also got to remember that we've got to keep our count. Okay, if we lose that, it'll all just unravel. We need to know. I've had some drummers in the past find that really hard to know when they've played, 3.5 bars and then to do a 2-beat fill. So you might need to practice that. There is a lot going on here, I know. But this is why I've split this into 3 sections. And as you're working on the real drum fills generator, that's the way that you want to do it. And that's the best way to learn from it and then develop from it. Okay, so that's essentially when to use it. All right, when to use the drum fills generator. We've learned what it is. We've learned how to use it. And you're going to apply how to use it in this lesson as well. And then when to use it. What beat of the bar are we going to come in on? Obviously, I'm just looking at 4/4 time. As you progress in your drumming career, this is for foundation beginner drummers, you'll start to see there's lots more time signatures than just 4 crotchets in the bar. And you can apply these same principles to whatever sort of time signature. And also, as I also alluded to in a previous lesson, that, of course, we're using bars of rhythm where there aren't any rests. Eventually, whenever you start to move up the grades and progress, you'll start to see that we can do the same thing again, but if there's bars where there are rests, make it a little bit more syncopated and obviously a little bit more interesting. But this is the foundation of where you want to start with these, and I hope you enjoy working through that and enjoy working on when to use the real drum fills generator, okay? Okay, drum school and drummer friends, and especially beginner and foundation level drummers, hope you enjoyed that series on the real drum fills generator. That isn't one of those things that you'll just get immediately. It's not a quick fix. It'll take time to work through, but it'll be so satisfying for you and a very creative way of enjoying your practice when you're practicing your drums. Remember, you got to get into some snare drum exercises and learn how to count those. And then you're going to learn how to move them out around the drums, how to use the real drum fills generator, and then when to use the drum fills generator. This will stand you in good stead as you continue to move up the grades or in your playing career. And it'll help you to get creative. As I said in one of the lessons, yes, this is for beginner or foundation level drummers, but I've actually had semi-professional drummers come to me, and I've used this to help them to become more creative. It's a structured way of doing that, gets you to think about how to use the kit in a creative way, and I hope that you enjoy working on that and learning how to do that. So, if you did enjoy that series, I'd be really grateful for a thumbs up. I'd be really grateful if you'd consider subscription to my Buy Me a Coffee channel. And I look forward to seeing you on some future lessons. And if you're a regular student of mine, we'll keep working at this and develop you as a player and as a creative musician, as well as being a great drummer. Okay? So, all the best, everybody, and we'll see you again. Bye. Hi, drummers. It's Alan here. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you found it helpful, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe for more. Plus, hit the links to become a Belfast Drum Channel member and get access to extra, full, rated lessons up to the professional level. Thanks so much again, and bye for now.